So this is where Enzo was walking on the roof of the house. He just climbed out the window once. So just to show you that, this is my bathroom upstairs. This place is really being used by all these animals. Just cleaned up the puppies area over here, and kittens over here. So yep, a lot of animals around here. Tigers over there. Just walk through that side. She's just coming up. She was just downstairs. Tigers. Enzo is way over there. Yeah, that happened once. The little roof collapsing. I didn't get a chance to go and remove it yet. I will do it as soon as possible. Yeah, that is what happened. One day I was in a helicopter. Can you believe it? It was the first time that I was in a helicopter, and I got a call in the helicopter, and I was told, listen, Enzo is on the roof of your house. Immediately, you don't want to know what goes through your head at that moment, but yeah, we had to do something. So okay, this is the first time he was on the roof of the house. We are in the helicopter. As you know, it's noisy. We got headphones on. We're able to talk to one another. So we're discussing how are we going to take this tiger off the roof of the house. So the pilot gets to hear this conversation. I don't know what he thought about that, but that's a conversation you want to hear. I don't even know what we said, but must have. I don't know what he thought. What were we talking about? And yeah, we had to now and then explain to him, listen, we've got a tiger at the house, and this tiger is huge, and he's on the roof of the house. So that was something that you don't expect, especially when you're not there. The first thing that we got, or the first idea we got, how are we going to take this tiger off, is phone someone. Because if we're not there, it's going to take at least half an hour for us to get back home. So what do you do? How do you even start to negotiate that situation? Well, let me tell you. First thing you do is phone someone and tell them to go and take the tiger off the roof of your house. So the guy that was with me, his friend, we phoned him. He's actually in New Zealand now, but we told him, listen, go to my house. You've been there before. He didn't know that we had a tiger. And he went to my house and we told him, okay, check if there's a window open upstairs. And he checked and he said, yes, there's a window open upstairs. And we said, go to the kitchen at the bottom and get some cat food. He went there. I don't know, I really couldn't find it or something, but there was some sausages or something in the fridge, and told him, you know what, that's fine, just take it upstairs and look out the window. So he went there, and then he saw Enzo for the first time. He didn't know he was there, so he was really dropped in that situation. But we know that Enzo wasn't dangerous. He was much smaller than the picture that was on the roof. Of course, that's another time. But then this guy started, well, at first he said, no, he's not calling that tiger. He closes the window. No, we're not there yet. We are not able to be there right now. Just take him down. Just let him in and give him something to eat. As easy as that. This guy was thinking about it. Eventually he said, okay, he's gonna call Enzo. He called him over, showed him the sausages, and Enzo came over. And he climbed through the window back into the house. And he ate the sausages. Well, I can't really remember exactly what happened after that, because we were busy getting home. That was the first thing on my mind. How do you get home as quickly as possible? Well, we should have just flown with a helicopter to my house, but we were already landing, so yeah, you don't even think about things like that. But yeah, that was what happened. And then you start realizing, you know what, these cats, no, you have to know and figure out every scenario that can happen. And that was a question of, he just stood up, he opened the window, and he climbed out. So, yeah. Someone calls you and tells you to just go over there and not giving you more information. Remember, it could be anything, but it could be that they really need you to do something like that. So, yeah, Jan, if you're listening to this, I think you can tell us a better story from your side. He's in New Zealand, and yeah, he really saved the situation back that day. I'm going to be telling you a few more stories about when Enzo got on the roof of the house. So Enzo knew that it was possible to get on the roof of the house. He just basically goes, opens the window, and he's out. Because, oh, I hit him right on the head. So Enzo knew that. And he started to do that more often. But we didn't know exactly when he was going to do that, because he was living in a house. That's one thing people need to know. Enzo was a house tiger. He never slept outside, even once. Even before he was about 150, 170 kilograms for the first time when he slept outside. So, and that's not really possible with a tiger. I don't want to encourage people by saying that, but I think he's the only tiger ever to have done that. But he was living in the house, but he would be upstairs and would open that window and he'll get onto the roof. And then I get a call. So my neighbor calls me and he tells me, Michael, Enzo is on the roof of our house. Whew. Now that is a scary situation. And he was much bigger then. I'd say he was about 100 kilograms at that stage. So I rush over there, get there, and Enzo is running on the roof of my house and then over to their house. First thing I remember them doing is grabbing their little dog and getting him inside, because nobody really knows what is actually able to happen. So yeah, let's just give Diego this one. So yeah, that was a very scary situation. You don't know, and especially if you don't see him every day. If you see him every day, you get to form a relationship with him, you get to understand them, and you know what to expect. So he phones me and he tells me that Enzo's running on his roof. I go over there, Enzo runs vice versa, from my roof to his, from his to mine. And now I'm considering, how are you going to take a 100-kilogram tiger down? You have to let him climb down. But he's vulnerable. He is very heavy and he won't be able to jump down. He'll get hurt. There's no way he is going back to my house. He doesn't want to. He wants to stay on the neighbor's roof. So I take a ladder, run over. You don't walk over then, you run over. Got to his house, put the ladder against the wall at quite an angle, and just grab Enzo by the neck. That skin right there at the back of the neck, that's like a handle for a tiger. You can take him there, and you won't be able to pick him up. He's 100 kilograms, but you can pull him around. So that's what I did. They supported the ladder, 2 or 3 people, just putting a little bit of support in the middle of the ladder, and I just took him by his neck, that skin. I looked away, I looked to the side I was going to go, and I just walked there on the ladder. So that is how you do it. You pull him. He was then walking on the ladder with me till he got down. I then just continued to drag him. He was walking, he didn't want it, he was moaning a lot, and he was making all kinds of sounds because he was planning on staying that side for a while. And yeah, that is how I got him back. Pulled him in, then I started mounting some bars in the inside of the windows. So most of those bars are still there. I did remove it, I didn't like what it looked like, but the bars were not there to keep anyone out, it was to keep the tiger in. So yeah, true stories. I'll see if I can find a couple of pictures that I can post on this, but there wasn't any time for taking many pictures, but I did take a few. So yeah, be careful. If you've got an animal, doesn't matter if it's big or small, they are able to get out on the roof of your house, especially if it's a double story, because you know, if he's out of the window on the double story, he's on the single story roof. And sometimes it's not that high, sometimes it's just a meter, a couple of feet, maybe 3 feet, and it's easy for them to just get out. So yeah, always keep that in mind. It can happen. And the most important thing is, you have to solve the problem. You are able to solve any problem. Just think about it, relax a little bit, look at the situation, and then decide what to do and handle it. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I didn't think about this before I started. I just remembered it and talked about it. I just saw the picture that I did post the other day on the community thing on YouTube. People were responding to it. I didn't even see any comments on it. I just saw the comments now for the first time. So I don't always respond to comments because I don't see them. But thanks for responding, and thanks for your comments. I had a great laugh reading through it. And yeah, well, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.